G'day guys, welcome back to Paul J. Avery Outdoors. Guys, today we are doing a review on the MSR Elixir 2 two-man tent. Now, I've done some tweaks to it from when I bought it. What I'm trying to do is put a hiking pack together. It's not going to be lightweight because I'm only going to be going out for 1 or 2 nights. Just a little bit of something different to get on the channel. I didn't realize how expensive things were to throw a hiking pack together, but we're doing what we can. So I picked up this MSR Elixir two-man tent about a year ago to go on one hiking trip with a mate, and it's really big and bulky. Like, it took up a lot of space in my pack. So when I got home, I sort of thought, what can I do to minimize not so much the weight but more the size? Because like I said, I'm only going out for 1 or 2 nights, so it's not a massive deal weight wise for me. But it did come in this big bag, and this bag, when you put it in there, it's probably about 3/4 full, so trying to get that in your pack can be a bit painful. So what I've done is we've kept the pole bag and the tent bag, they're all in one here. So we're going to keep that separate, and that's going to be stored in the side of the backpack or wherever we can. So we're keeping it separate. Now, with the original bag, it was good, but I've upgraded to a Cedar Summit compression bag, 13 litres. So you can get these at your local camping store for around about that $40–50 mark. I was looking around and I looked at stuff sacks, compression bags, whatever else I could do, and I've come up with this system, and I feel like this is probably the best thing that I found, which was really good. Now, colour, olive green, I think it's awesome. Like, the tent is red, but I really do like the olive green colour. The compression side of things, it's really good because this bag actually comes out to about here, and then you can stuff everything in because it's just a stuffed tent. So once you're done, dry it all out, you don't have to fold it up all nice and neat. You can just stuff it in the bag, which is why I bought this tent, because I thought that was really good. So it's not too big considering the size it was to get put into the pack, but I think weight wise, sitting in this, it's around about that 2 kilo mark, either side here or there. I haven't actually weighed it. So this compression bag is 112 grams. Not much difference really to this, probably like 50 grams difference. So I'll pull it out. So you just loosen off these compression straps, loosen them right out, and then you can see how much it comes to. Alright, we're missing everything. It's a bit windy today. So that's it when it's not compressed. Quite large, so it's really good, and that's what a stuff sack would be. If I got a stuff sack, I would have had to stuff it in and then maybe tie the top. I'm not actually sure, so, but this is really good. So that's how that's come out. Rightio guys, we are fighting the wind today. So yeah, this is it when it's not compressed, right? So that is the tent in the compression bag. Poles. I'm keeping the poles separate. Going to keep them in this red bag that gets stuffed in the sack. I've got the pegs and the poles in the one bag. Now we will start with the poles. So poles, one system. There's not 2, 3 poles. There is one separate pole that goes over the top, but for the most part, you drop the poles out like that, put them all together, right, so that's the pole setup. You have your grey and your red, which are colour matched with your floor mat and your tent. You have your one pole that'll go across the top of the tent, that one there. Pegs. Let's talk pegs. So I find these pegs are really lightweight. There's really nothing to them. So that's them there. Now you get, what do you get? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, about 12 pegs all up. And they're really strong. I've beat on these and put them into the hard Australian ground out here. Like the ground's hard as here. And I've had no dramas with it. So, but I do find most places we go, I need a mallet or a hammer or something like that to get them into the ground. So let's get started on putting this tent up. So now the way I've packed it is I have put ground mat first, inner, and then outer. Right, so now ground mat just protects your bottom of your tent, protects your sleeping pads, all that sort of stuff. Clips, they're a bit dirty. Me and Tommy went out, so you have you'll have 4 of these in each corner, as you can see, and your poles just go into these holes. I find it's a really good system. Now all 4 corners on the floor mat are red with guy rope, so we'll get this pegged out. Alright, just checking, yep, in frame. Beautiful. Right, now pole system. 1 in each corner. Easy as that. Now, put the pegs over there. So now I've got stuff in my inner, I believe. Is it? Oh no. That's my outer, sorry. So I've done that wrong, but that's alright. Just leave that to the side. Righto, out comes the inner. Now, these are the color coded. So you'll have, once you find your ends, so you have your grey clips and your red clips, which will go with your grey pole, red pole. So you have, so that's one corner and that's the opposing corner. So grey, red. Guy rope on each one. And they can just go underneath. There is no real wrong and right way with this, I don't believe. go on. Righto, as that stands right there, it's pretty easy, yeah? That's not too bad at all. So, at the moment, the sides are dipping in a little bit. That's where the overpole comes in. So we have our middle pole. Put this in. Now, this can be a bit tricky if you're by yourself, but just in on one side. In on the other side, right? Now that's what holds the outer walls out. So I'll take you around, you can have a look at it. All right, so there's our corner setups. So that's just the pole into both clips. Now you can just guide rope that out with the peg as well. We have the MSA door latch here, which is just pretty standard. Nothing special there. Door wise, YKK zippers. Not too bad to do with one hand. So that's the door. You have your MSR logo Elixir 2 in the corners. These are all your clips and they're very easy to clip on. So easy. Now they do have these little, I'm going to call them gizmos because I don't know what they are, but they attach your grey and your red pole together. Now coming around the other side, exact same thing. So you have you'll have your door. So you can get in either side of this tent, dual-sided, which I think's good. Just the overall layout of this tent is pretty cool. Cross member of your bar on top, nice and sturdy. Do like that. Righto. Now let's go inside. Now inside there is heaps of room. So coming in, you'll have your door latches here. You have a big pocket on either side of the tent. Now you also have lofts upstairs here to put phones or whatever in. And I do like the fact that these tents do come with little loops to hang lights or whatever you want from there as well. And I do believe that you can buy an extra loft for this tent and hang it inside. I think it's about $40 extra if you want that, which probably would come in handy, but I'm not going to worry about it. So also to note, there is on the inside of the tent, there is these MSR glow in the dark zipper little pull tabs, which I thought was pretty cool. So at night time you can see where the zipper is to undo it. Alrighty guys, so we've got real world conditions here. It's bloody windy. I'll just point out a few little things with the outer before we put it on. So with your outer, it has the same clips as your ground pad and your inner. YKK zips with these flaps. Now I'm not gonna lie, these flaps are a little bit annoying because it is kind of hard to undo at night sometimes, but it is what it is. A little tip when you're putting it on, find your vent, hold red side to red side. Now that's going to be your ends, and it's going to make it a lot easier to put on. So we'll get to that. And they just clip on as well. Underneath, doesn't matter. Same on all four sides. Now they do have a pull tab that you can pull nice and tight once you get them out. So now your other pegs, that's where you're gonna, let me move this. Right, so now your other pegs, this is where they come in handy. So we'll pull this door out. Before you do that, actually, you have to put your clips underneath. So the same red clips underneath are on your outer, and they go to your cross member bar on the top here. So don't forget to, before you peg it out, put your hand up and just clip them in on both sides. Rightio. Now there is no Velcro or anything like that for the four corners. Pull this out. Peg in there. Pull that one out. Peg in there. So there's two pegs either side. Rightio, now we'll go around and we'll pull all our tabs nice and tight. I'll take you for a wander. Come here. Let's go. So, one pull tab there. Now all corners are going to have these pull tabs, so literally just go around, pull them all nice and tight. Rightio, now's a good time to go over and pull your tabs out on your vents, and then we'll guide rope this out. So you know what? I'll bring you closer. Rightio, I'll do this one-handed. So now there's your tab. Now that's just gonna open it up like that. Bit of a vent area. So go around to the other side. Same thing. It's a bit hard one-handed, but that's alright. On. There we go. Alright, so that's that vent open. Now I got this really tight, so she's tight. Tight as a tiger. Alright, you do have the option to put out an additional 4 guy ropes. One here, opposing side, and one on each end. So I'll put one on each end. Actually, so the one thing I haven't showed you is where these guide ropes come out. This is the tension bar right here. So it's just a little bit of metal, and then peg goes in and you pull that nice and tight. All right. Now, the vestibule space is quite large. Now you can fit quite a large pack in this side, and you could do your cooking and that on the other side if you wanted to do it like that. Space inside the tent, you can fit 2 large mats side by side with no extra room. One person, a large Cedar Summit mat will go in here and you'll have heaps of space to put all your other gear. I really like the way that the floor bucket is sort of set up. I think that's good. It sort of does hold itself up, but it's not too tight, so when you sit on it, it's not pulling on the tent. Like it's a good tension right there, I think. I'm not a big fan of the weather stripping here to go over your zips, just because it gets in the way. I like how they can roll everything up. So you can have it in this configuration, or you can have it in a second configuration, which I'll show you now. So you can, if you've got good weather, you can pull this peg and you can roll it up again, and you can open up that vestibule really, really good, just like that. Rightio guys, so I'm just shy of 6 foot and I've got plenty of headroom. I've got plenty of foot room. There's actually a lot, so if I shimmy down, so that's my feet up against the wall, just off, and my headspace, it's probably about just under a foot of headspace above me there. Now height wise, if I sit up in this tent, I can sit up freely without hunching over or anything like that. That's me fully stretched out and my head's only just touching the lower side of this far end of the tent. Now, midgie mesh all through here. I do like the amount of vents that is in this. So you have your door, which is half mesh, half fabric. Same in the inside, you have 4 panels that are fabric and the rest is midgie mesh, which is good. Now you're not going to get any mosquitoes, any tiny little midgies or ants or anything like that getting through this mesh. It's really quality stuff. I like how I can sit up in here, and in bad weather, need be, I could get dressed in here. No worries at all. Now having 2 people in here, it's a bit of a stretch. If you're just using it as sleeping quarters, that's fine. But if you're trying to live out of this thing for a couple of days with 2 people, I would probably suggest get a 3-man tent if you're going to do something like that, if you want to have a little bit more room to move in here, because we've put 2 large sleeping pads side by side in here and they fit perfectly, but they do push the walls out a little bit, but they do fit perfectly. But there's no more room to do anything else apart from sleep in here. Rightio guys, so that's going to end the gear review of the MSR Elixir 2-man tent. I'm really happy with it. It's obviously not going to be a lightweight hiking tent that you're going to go on mad expeditions with, but that's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm just trying to get a hiking kit together for you guys so I can get out and get a little bit different content to put on the channel. Now it's all new to me, so bear with me, but I've got a whole heap of new hiking gear to go through. So today we're starting with the tent, and there'll be more to follow. So I hope you like this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.